Hey guys, thanks a lot for tuning in today's Florida Drive-By. It's about 10:53 right now in the morning, AM, and it's Sunday, February 21st, 2016. I'm in southern Florida on the I-75. It's 75 degrees. I hope everybody's doing great. Okay guys, today's video I wanted to talk about what is actually a great all-around 45. And when I say great all-around 45, I mean you know, a gun that's not real expensive. There's a lot of accessories you can get for it, and they're reliable, and maybe do conversions on it and stuff, and all kind of neat stuff. So I'm gonna have to say we'll go through a few guns and then we can kind of decide. In the gun market, there is thousands, literally thousands and hundreds of guns. I mean, there's all different. There's Kimbers, there's Glocks, there's you know, FNs, there's SIGs, there's Rugers, there's, you know, Colts, there's Wilson Combat, there's that. I mean, there's just so many goddamn guns. It's a little overbearing, overwhelming, really. So when you're going to go out there to buy a gun, you are barraged. So I guess the first thing you have to decide whether you like a revolver or a pistol. The second thing is what caliber. And the caliber is going to depend a lot what you're going to use it for, and how accurate you are, and how you can handle the gun. Usually with time and practice, you'll be able to master any gun, even the big 500s and stuff, and the Desert Eagles. It really depends a lot about, you know, it's going to depend on you, your comfort level with the guns. So I would advise, depend if you live in a non-communist state, if you like in Florida, Georgia or something, most of those places and some of the other, you know, states, you can just go out and rent a gun at a range and pay your $50 and shoot for 2 hours and stuff and see if you like it. Rent 2 guns, because, you know, guns are not cheap today. I mean, they're $500, $600, $1,000 for a gun. So you have to decide exactly, you know, what type of gun you want. So first get that out. Once you have decided what type of gun you want, then you're going to be in a, you'll purchase one, and also go along with deciding what gun you want to buy. It's going to be what are you going to use it for? Okay, just like if you get something for concealed carry, you know, if you get a smaller gun for concealed carry, you might have a hard time using it as a range gun or a hunting gun. Okay. Because, you know, you might have a shorter barrel, it might be lighter, so, you know, you may have to buy 2 guns. But there's a few guns you can't go wrong with, whether you use them for concealed carry, target, or hunting. And one would be a 10mm, okay? That you pretty much can't go wrong. And of course, that would probably be automatic. If you want a revolver, 500, a 460, a 454, a 44 Magnum, those are great defense guns, and they're great hunting guns. Now, if your mainly purpose is defense and maybe some target shooting, you could get a 9mm 40 Smith & Wesson. You could probably still get a 10mm, but you'd have to have a little smaller barrel. Or you get a 45. 45 is probably the gold standard for most of your defensive guns. Ideally 40 Smith & Wesson, because it's the same diameter as a 10mm, but it doesn't have the kick of a 10mm, and it's bigger than a 9mm. Okay. You can also get reduced loads for those guns to make them, you know, even lighter, and it's an effective round. I mean, I wouldn't want to get shot, but I'm with 40 Smith & Wesson, but I wouldn't want to get shot with a BB gun, so, or even a rubber band gun. So what you wouldn't want to get shot with shouldn't necessarily be the decision on what gun you're going to buy, because I wouldn't even want a rubber band hitting me. So with that, I'm going to say my pick. I would have to say the Glock. And the only reason I'm saying Glock, because Glock, man, there is so many aftermarket accessories for it. There's parts for it, the conversion barrels for it. The gun is not real expensive. I mean, you can go out and buy a Glock 21 and you could shoot 10mm in it. You know what I mean? Which is awesome. And I know they got other conversion kits for them too, but sometimes you have to change a little bit more things like extractors and stuff. Or you could just buy the whole upper slide, which probably is like $300, $325, and then you'd have a 10mm, you'd have the 21, and I don't know what other slides will fit those full-size guns, because it is a full-size gun. It's big, but it's high capacity, and it would make a good defensive gun. Just a little bit big. Or you can get the smaller Glocks too, 30 and stuff like that. And with the 21, they have that SF, which is that short frame, which is a little shorter. You feel it's a little bit better in the hand. But, like I say, I've got a Glock 21 SF, and I was able to get the ambidextrous one, a Generation 3, but this particular one has a rail on it. So it's a railed polymer Glock 21 SF. And I went and got some slide work done to it. I ported it, put some different sights on it, titanium coated the slide a little, and then I got an extra barrel for it. I got a lone wolf barrel and polished it out, removed all the logos, and it's threaded. So now I can run my suppressor on my Glock. And then I also bought some suppressor sights. I have RMR cutout on it, so you could just do so much with those guns. And a lot of companies now are making them already made up for you. You can just buy. And Glock's actually coming out with a lot of their Glocks now with RMR cutouts already on. About time. They kind of finally got smart. If they come over with a 21 SF with a cutout on it, that would be great. But don't know they'll do that. I know a Glock 19, Glock 17. I think there's a 40 something long slide, and they make the cutout on that. So it depends. I firmly believe the Glocks really are very versatile guns. They're cheap, they're very reliable, but there's a secret on the Glocks. Guys, try to keep them all stock. You don't have to get these VZ grips. I mean, you don't have to get these Zev trigger sets for $200 and stuff like that. I don't really know how much that helps it. You know what I mean? I've never installed those in them. I'm fine with what I got in there. I know I put a New York 1 trigger in there, spring, New York 1 trigger spring with my 3.5 pound connector, and I had never really fired it until I put it in there. I don't like that. I'm going to put probably my standard trigger spring back in it, because it's just, I don't know, for an automatic, I was shooting it, and it was hard to anticipate the break on that when it fires. It's just, I don't know, I guess maybe it takes some getting used to, but I think then all your other guns, it's going to screw you up because it's got a different trigger pull. So I'm going to put my regular spring back in that, and I'll have a video on how I do that as soon as I get to it. Right now I'm caught in this heavens forbid stupid traffic. But thanks a lot, guys, and have a great day. I hope everybody is doing healthy, wealthy, and wise, and take it easy, man.